Chapter 24. Takato, Roz, and Guilmon. Takato Roz lives in Centerville, Michigan. Takato made a drawing of Guilmon on one summer day. Takato went to his desk, got some paper, a pencil, and color pencils, and started drawing Guilmon. When Takato finished drawing Guilmon, Takato said, "Now, what color should I make him?" Red body and blue eyes. Now, what should I name him? Fireman, no. Oh, Guilmon, yes. Guilmon, that will work. Now his powers. Rock Breaker, Pyro Spear, and Rock and Roll Breaker. Takato said, "I wish you were real so I can have fun and can play and have fun." Then Takato put the picture of Guilmon on the floor and a paper with his powers and height and weights too. Then Takato saw a red streak went through to Takato's bedroom sliding glass door on the top floor. The Digivice came after a red streak left. Then Takato picked up the Digivice. Then Guilmon came alive. Guilmon was the height and weight that Takato wrote. He wrote the height 3 feet 5 inches, and he weighed 77.8 pounds. Takato said, "Wow, my own Digimon." Guilmon said, Hi. Takato said, "Guilmon, did you talk?" Guilmon said, "Hi." Takato said, "You did not talk, Guilmon." Guilmon said, "I'm Guilmon?" Takato said, "Yes, you're Guilmon." "You?" Guilmon said, "You?" "Takato. I'm Takato." Guilmon said, "Takato, man." "No, Takato. Takato said, "No, Takato." Guilmon said, "Takato, man." Takato said, "No." Takato said, "No, Takato." Guilmon said, "Takato." Takato said, "Right, Guilmon." Then Takato's dad came in Takato's room and saw Guilmon. Takato's dad said, "Is that a Digimon?" Takato said, "Yes." I can't read this. I cannot read this. Well, I have to anyways. Takato's dad said, "Wow, you're lucky to have one, son." Takato said, "Really, Dad?" Takato's dad said, "Yes, really." Takato's dad said, Can your Digimon even talk?" Takato said, "Yes, he can talk. His name's Guilmon." Guilmon said, "Hi." Takato's dad said, "Okay, so he can talk. You know how you wanted a dog?" Takato said, "Yes." Takato's dad said, "Well, you got one." Takato's dad said, "Well, you got one." Well, you got one now. Your Digimon is like a dog." Takato said, "Okay." Takato's dad said, "Well, Mom will be home at 3. Right now it's 2:47. So right now you got some time to how you're going to tell Mom about having a Digimon and how you're going to tell Mom where you got a Digimon." Takato said, "Well, I will work on it, Dad." Takato's dad said, "Okay." At 3:05, Takato's mom came in, then walked in. Takato's mom said, "Hi, I'm home." Takato's dad ran to Takato's room and told him, "Takato, Mom's home." Takato said, "Okay, Dad, so I will tell her now." Takato said, "Guilmon, stay here." "Okay." Guilmon said, "Okay." Takato said, "Mom?" Takato said, "Yes." Takato said, "I have something to tell you." Takato's mom said, "What?" Takato said, "Well, I have a Digimon." Takato's mom said, "No, you do not have a Digimon." Takato's mom said, "I have one. Even Dad's seen him." Takato said, "I'll get him." Takado's mom said, okay, bring him out here. Then Takado said, okay, I'll get him. Takado went to his room and got Guilmon. Guilmon saw Guilmon on the floor. So Takado helped him up off the floor and tried to teach him how to walk. Takado had to hold Guilmon up by his arm and walk him out to his room and walk him in the living room. Takado said, here he is, my Digimon, Guilmon. Takado's mom said, wow, how did you get a Digimon? Takado said, well, I drew him. The color red and height and weight and the powers too. Takado's mom said, so how high in height and weight? Takado said, Guilmon, mom. Takado's mom said, okay. Guilmon, how high are you? Guilmon, I am 3 feet. I am 3 feet. And Takado said, 5 inches tall, and he weighs 37.8 pounds. Takado's mom said, how do you know that height and weight too? Takado said, because I made him. Takado's mom said, okay, so how did Guilmon come out of 2D to 3D? Takado said, I wish he was real, so he came alive. Takado's mom, so what? A dog, right? Takado said, right? Takado said, well, you got one. Takado said, can I keep him? Takado's mom said, yes, you can keep him. Takado said, yes, yes, and yes. Takado put Guilmon down on the floor and danced. Takado's mom said, but you have to teach him how to walk, talk, even teach him how to go to the bathroom. And even have to give him a bath too. Takado said, okay, mom. And then Guilmon had his mouth open and pointing to one of his pointing to his mouth with one of his fingers. Takado's mom I think Guilmon is hungry. Takado, well, it's almost dinner time. Takado, well, should we start dinner? Should you start dinner? Takado said, well, well, mom said, I will start dinner now. See if you can get him to walk. Takado said, I'll try. So Takado picked up Guilmon off the floor and teach him to stand up by himself. Then Takado walked back a little bit. Then Takado said, okay, Guilmon, come here. Then Guilmon fell down back on the floor, but Guilmon cried a little bit. Takado ran to Guilmon. Takado put Guilmon, are you okay? Guilmon shook his head in the no way. Takado's dad said, Takado said, yeah, Dad? Takado said, do you think we should put some diapers on Guilmon until he's potty trained? Takado said, okay, but we put a hole in there for his tail. Takado's dad got a paper and wrote down Guilmon's waist and a tape measure and around Guilmon's waist and then his tail. And then top of his legs. Takado's dad said, Takado got a paper and pen and wrote everything what I said. Okay, Takado said, okay. Takado's dad said, put the tape measure around Guilmon's waist, and Guilmon was giggling. The tape measure was tickling Guilmon. Takado's dad said, okay, waist, 36 inches for his waist. Now his tail is 24 inches long, and it tickles part of his tail, 18 inches. Now his legs are 30 inches around, or 15 inches around, it's hard to tell. 15 inches around his legs. Takado said, okay, I am done, Dad. Takado said, hand the paper to Dad. Takado's dad said, I'm off to the pharmacy to... Takado's dad... Takado's dad said, I'm off to the pharmacy. Takado's dad went to the door, get in his Yugo, and drove away to the pharmacy. Which the pharmacy is now gone. The pharmacy burnt down a few months ago. A few years ago, actually. Takado left Gilmon backed up on... Takado was lifting Gilmon back up. Takado walked to Gilmon to a chair. Takado set him down. Okay, Gilmon. See if you can stand. Okay, Gilmon said okay. Gilmon put his hands on the chair, then Takado walked back. Gilmon was standing by himself. Then a loud bang went off. The loud bang came from Takado's dad, Yugo. Takado said, Dad's home. Takado's mom said, dinner is almost done. Then Takado's dad came in with the diapers. Takado's dad said, some scissors and cut a hole for 19 inches for his Gilmon's tail. Then Takado's dad and Takado put the diaper on Gilmon. Then Takado's mom said dinners will be done in 5 minutes. Takado went to Gilmon. Takado got Gilmon off the chair, then into the bathroom to wash his hands. Takado and Gilmon got to the bathroom. Takado put Gilmon's hands in the sink. Then Takado put the warm water on. Warm water in the sink. Then Takado and Gilmon wet their hands and put some soap on them. His hands next to wet again. Then dried them off. Then Takado washed his own hands for dinner. Next, Takado took Gilmon to the dining room / living room. Takado's dad turned on the television to WWMT 3 TV for the 5 o'clock news. Then Takado's mom said dinner's time. Then Takado got Gilmon on the table, then put a chair and took Takado next to Gilmon. Takado said, what's for dinner? Takado's mom said hot dogs and chips and a drink of water. Takado said, okay. Takado's dad said, what if you and Gilmon eat on the floor? Takado said, okay, Dad. So Takado picked up Gilmon and put him on the floor. Takado got half a hot dog to Gilmon and 2 chips on a plate and a small glass of water. Then Takado was teaching Gilmon how to eat. Gilmon opened his mouth. Gilmon ate half the hot dog up, then took the glass of water, and Takado helped Gilmon hold the glass of water. Gilmon took a drink. 5 minutes later, Takado tried to teach Gilmon how to walk. Then Gilmon walked by himself. Takado's dad said, well, maybe next you can teach him how to walk. Takado's mom said, then next teach him how to use the toilet. Gilmon said, what? Toilet? What are those things? Takado said, those are stuff I have to teach Gilmon. Gilmon said, okay. Then 3 minutes later, Gilmon can walk and stand, but cannot run yet. Gilmon said, what is a... can't read. Gilmon said, what is a toilet? Takado said, when you have to go do the bathroom, that's what you use a toilet. Gilmon said, okay. Later at night, about 8:30, Takado's dad said, Dad, can I take Gilmon outside and play? Takado's dad said, well, we got a big wood fence, so yes, you can take him out, go outside. Takado's mom said, but stay in the fence. Takado said, okay. Gilmon said, okay. So Gilmon and Takado went outside to play in the glow of the Deckers. Takao went outside, play. The glow in the darkness at 8:33, a DDSM starting satellite at the DDSM satellite operator was scanning the ground. The satellite was scanning the Centerville, Michigan zone, and the satellite picked up Gilman. The satellite operator told the boss about Gilman and Takata. Boss said, "What is that Digimon's name?" The operator, the scan was blinking unknown. So boss said, "Where is it at?" The operator said, "Centerville, Michigan." Call the county and state police now. Boss said, "Call the county and state police now." DDSM operator, the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Office, was called. A state police helicopter was called too. 9 St. Joseph County Sheriffs and Michigan State Police helicopter went to Takado's house. The Michigan State Police helicopter spotlight was on Takado and Gilman. Then the St. Joseph County Sheriffs, 5 St. Joseph County Sheriff police cars pulled in with lights and sirens. Then Thomas and Gilman C5 from the DDSM van. The back of the DDS van was padded in the back. The St. Joseph County Sheriff's Office went through the wood fence and tackled Takado. And Gilman was taken down by Galman. Takado and Gilman was blindfolded and thrown in the back of the van. Then Thomas threw a sleeping gas bomb. Thomas and Galman got the back in the van and C5 back to DDSM. Takado and Gilman woke up in a room of 15-inch of Digimon-proof glass and a small bathroom. In the bathroom was a toilet and sink and a speaker to the boss's PA said, "About time you boys woke up." Boss and PA said, "If you answer my questions, I'll get you back. I'll let you go back home." Takado said, What questions? Boss said to the PA, "How did you get that Digimon?" Takado said, "I drew him, and I wish he was real." Boss said, "Yeah, right." Takado said, "That is the truth." Boss said, "Okay." Takado said, "So Gilman was 2D into 3D." Boss said, I will let you out of the box." Then Gilman ran to Takado and hugged him very tight. So tight that Takado couldn't breathe. Takado said, "Why are you holding me so tight?" Gilman said, "I'm scared, Takado." It's okay, Gilman. Then the boss said, "You boys, what's your names?" "Takado is my name." "Takado Ra is my name." Boss said, "Okay." Then Thomas and Galman came out of the room as the rooms was opening up. Takado said, "Hey, you have a Digimon too." Thomas said, "What is your Digimon?" Takado said, "Gilman. He's a baby." "What are you, What are you?" Thomas said, "My name is Thomas A. Nordstrom, and my partner, Galman." Takado said, "Okay, so can Gilman and I go home?" Thomas said, "You can go home, but first, Gilman will have to stay here." Takado said, "No. I made Gilman. I'm not leaving. He's mine." Thomas said, "But if you get a job, you can keep him. You can keep Gilman." Takado said, "Okay, what job?" Thomas said, a easy job. A job here at the DDSM. Takato said, what is the DDSM? Thomas said, the Digimon Data Squad of Michigan. Takato said, okay, I will work at the DDS. So can I keep Guilmon? Thomas said, also, you and Guilmon will work together as a team. Takato said, really? Thomas said, yes, but boss will pick what job you get. Takato said, okay. So Thomas and Takato and Guilmon went to go see the boss. So they all went in an elevator, number 9, and went to floor 20, L1, L2, L3. 3 minutes later, L19 and L20. Got out of the elevator and went to door 20B. Thomas got the door and put in a 927863 and opened the door. So Galmon, Takato, Guilmon, and Thomas all went into room 20B. Thomas said to Boss, Takato, Roz, and Guilmon. Boss said, thank you, Thomas. You can go back. Thomas and Guilmon went back to their room. Boss said, well, I see that you have a Digivice, but not a C5 yet. So we will have to give you a C5. If you work here, Takato said, I want to work here so I can keep Guilmon. Boss said, here's a C5 and a vest for you. So when we need you, we'll call you. What your C5? So you and Guilmon are going home now by using your C5. Takato and Guilmon used the C5 and got home 1 minute. They got home into Centerville.